Hi there. So I have lots of new glitters to show y'all. I'm pretty excited. So I've been finishing out my shed. So excited. It has actual walls now, not just studs. And I have drywall and insulation and all kinds of great stuff. So I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to start by showing you last month's subscription box, because I didn't do that and I realized it, but then I just didn't do anything about it. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's very pretty. It's mostly kind of a patriotic kind of thing, but or kind of a sub box, but not entirely, but pretty close. When you hop in, just say hello. So this is Union. Hi, Rose. I'm kind of experimenting with a new, hi, Colleen and Kelly. I'm experimenting with a new tripod, hi, Shelly, and a new ring light. We'll see if it works. Hi, Shani and Kimberly. I'm glad y'all are hopping on because I'm pretty excited. I've got some really pretty new things. So Fran went to these more compact shakers, which is great because a lot of times these have a pretty big space anyways. So it'll be easier to fit the same amount of glitter in a much smaller space. So, hey Marissa. Ah! It stuck to my finger. So this is a non-holographic blue. Okay, I'm going to move the light really quickly. I don't like where that is. Now bear with me. I'm tinkering with some of this newer stuff. I know you're supposed to have it like in front of your camera. I think that's how it really works well. But this is just a beautiful, hi Stacy, beautiful blue. It's not holographic at all. It's really great. I like it. I think I'm going to use several of these if we get a chance to do a Milky Way tumbler. I've got a pre-prepped, just a small 10 ounce. Hi Beverly. This is Stripes. It is basically, it's almost like Cupid Shuffle. Hi Shelly. I think I said that already. Oh my goodness. So this is, to me, reminds me of Cupid Shuffle, but a fine. It's not quite the same as No Place Like Home. It's so pretty. There's no color shift at all. I like it. So that was Stripes. This one, don't make fun of this bottle whenever I... Hi, Mary. Don't make fun of this bottle. It's a little gimpy. I think it got hot or something. I'm not sure. So this is a holographic gold. It is so great. If y'all have seen Pooh's Honey, it reminds me of that. Come on. Hi, Kristen. Okay, I'm going to take these bottles out of the background because it's trying to focus on that instead. There we go. See how pretty that is? Love it. I don't think I'll use this one. I know, Marissa. I was struggling with that focus. It was trying to focus on the bottles in the back. So this one I think got hot in a truck or something. It's like a Weeble. It wobbles, but it doesn't fall down. Yeah, that Golden Eagle, it's so great. That actually gives you a pretty good idea of what that would look like as a tack it method. Yeah, lots of great color. This one is Purity. It kind of reminds, come on. There we go, good grief, it's fighting me today. It has a little bit of like a pink and blue kind of shift. Not a lot. It's not super duper colorful like Cinderella is. In fact, on screen it hardly shows you any of the color, but it does have a slight color shift. It's really pretty. I'll definitely use this one if we do that Milky Way. Now this one is called Georgia. I think it's for obvious reasons. It's almost like an icy kind of color. I'm surprised some of these aren't open because my coworkers usually tear into them pretty quick. I definitely tore into the ones I'm going to show y'all in a minute. It's almost like a yellow and orange and white mix. It's really pretty. Nice little peach. A little different than Princess Peach. But I don't have that particular color yet. So this is last month's subscription box. Really pretty. Not entirely patriotic, but kinda. Oops. So the next ones, I've actually had these for a little while, but I was redoing my shed, and so I really couldn't get out here to do a whole lot for several weeks. And I've got several to show you. So I got the UV white to purple and the UV white to pink. I have my handy dandy UV light here. So we're just gonna zap these really quickly. I love it. Ah, it keeps trying to turn off and on. Really pretty. There's just a very slight little green sparkle in there, but not a lot. But, yeah. So those are new. I can't wait to do those because that'll make a nice little surprise cup if you don't tell someone that it's going to turn colors. And then I'm trying to build up my shapes collection. Georgia, I'm sorry, I'm saying your name wrong. I buy my glitters from several places. Mostly, these are all from fransglitterandmore.com. I actually posted a link to a $5 coupon in the description already. I've figured out how to do the description stuff ahead of time. Look at me go. I'm learning as I go. Cute, cute little stars. So I have the couple of glitters from, I got one from Aberrant. I think it's called Disco Inferno or something. And then I got one from Simple Beginnings called Vegas. They're the same holographic silver. They look just like this color-wise, but they're like the hex mix. But Vegas has stars in it also. It's adorable. I actually used that in my little rainbow geode. So I only have one in this particular set or box. This is State Fair that you see me use in, I feel like everything I do has State Fair. Actually, I have some earrings sitting right here. So this is the regular State Fair with the hex cuts. This is irregular. It's almost like, if y'all have seen the glitter that she has called Shattered Glass, I think. It's like that. I like it. It just gives it a little bit different look. I thought I had a bigger sample of the State Fair over here, but I don't see it. That's okay. Hey, Gianna. Yeah, she has this, Marissa, in State Fair and in Amore. I've got Amore in my cart. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. I also got this glow powder. I'm going to turn off this selfie light thingy. I'm going to show y'all. It's still daylight outside, so this won't be the full effect. But let's activate it just a bit. And then I'm going to unplug this light. Oh, let's turn that off. So even though you still see daylight coming in from outside, that's how that's glowing. It's really cute. Can't wait to use that in a mold. Plug that back in. I'm over 40. I gotta have all the light I can get. It still looks funny because the stinking light didn't turn off. So that is, oh my goodness. that's all the glitter that I have from Fran. I do, before I show you this new company, I want to show you, if you've seen the Aurora, I knocked it out of my reach, I'm sorry. If you've seen the Aurora Borealis cup tutorial I did, I think last week, sounds about right. I used these color shift eyeshadows, and I really love them. I actually posted the link to these in that particular video. There we go. You can see where I had to kind of dig into that one with my paintbrush. Golly, I'm not going to pick up anything expensive. My focus needs focus. There we go. Good grief. That's so pretty. I've got... My child just came in here. What do you want, son?
Can you get strawberries on your way home?
Secrets to life, man. I will try.
Okay. Also, that carpet's pretty soft.
It is very soft. Okay.
Can I have it?
No.
I'm kidding.
Get out. Get
I'm
out.
kidding.
I'm busy. Get out.
I can see it.
Goodbye. Okay. So those are those cream eyeshadows. Oh my gosh, Marissa. He is 16 and he lives to give me hell. I kid you not. He loves pestering me. Go, child. Goodbye. Alright, so now I ordered from Pop of Glitter strawberries, and he wants the carpet I'm standing on. Why? Oh my gosh. My sister gave me this carpet from her old dining room, so we're repurposing it. Why does he think he needs it? He doesn't. Oh my gosh, he's a hot mess, but he's pretty sweet. So anyways, I got all this in today from popofglitter.com, and I'm really excited because I showed y'all the silver stars that I just got from Fran. She had the gold stars too. I was really excited. So she actually has a $2 off coupon. Fran's is $5, but this one is the Pop of Glitter one is $2 off. So that link is in the description as well. So I ordered that shape. And moons. I've never seen moons before. All of the glitter names have the word pop in them. Like Simple Beginnings has a Friends theme. Aberrant has little fun, quirky names. Fran has just a little bit of everything. Glitter Craze I'm not super familiar enough with. I've only ordered once or twice from them, but yeah. So this is Popular Poet. It's kind of a, not really a pewter, not really a gunmetal. I don't really know how to describe it. I figured out my problem earlier. I was focusing on the wrong side of my phone. It should be pretty obvious by now. But this one's really pretty. It's almost like a dark champagne. Not super dark, but definitely on the darker side. This is, yeah, Crystal, I love these. They're so pretty. This is the main reason I ordered from this company. I have to open this so you can get the full effect. God, it's sealed. Okay, I gotta cut the top off, but look at that. It's like a holographic orange, but it's not like harvesty colors. It doesn't have like the maroons and the browns that most, yes, everyone at work said that it was a very fall color. Crystal, these are from popofglitter.com. I've never ordered from this company before, but I'm going to show y'all the little extras that they threw in there, which was a nice little surprise. I don't know if that's a normal thing or just a, hey, thanks for supporting us during this time kind of thing. I have no idea. The camera doesn't really do this justice. It's so pretty. It's not like a Bevo burnt orange, but it's not bright orange either. But I still think I'm going to use it for a rainbow cup. Yeah, I love it. It would go really good with Pooh's Honey, which is kind of the same color here. But Pooh's Honey is chunky. Those actually look pretty good together too because they have the same color shift. We might be onto something. So that is that. And then I'll show you the little glitter samples of the other colors that they sent. Yeah, I agree, Marissa. They're really fun. Okay, so this came with a couple of little glitter samples. This one, it's hard to show, but it's almost like a soft brown. It's not quite as dark as espresso, but it's really pretty. No clear shift here. So if you're looking for that, yeah, chocolate's a perfect color name for it. Or soda pop. It's like the color of soda. That's a pretty apt name. This one is called Pop Appeal. It's almost like Dr. Pepper to me. Let me open it real quick. Oh my goodness, this one's sealed too. They are on it. This one came inside a big bag. It came rolled up in that bigger bag. It's quite convenient. Oh my gosh, what, child?
I hate those freaking holes those chickens make.
Okay. Did you fall? Okay. Are you okay?
Barely.
Okay, you're gonna live. Hey, Black Cherry's a good name for it. Marissa, I think you're in the wrong business. You need to be naming glitters. Oh my gosh, my child. Alright. So our chickens like to dust bath right off the back porch. And if you're not paying attention, you will take out your ankle in a heartbeat. And that's what he just did. He's not very happy about it. It kind of ticked him off. And then last one, Pop Culture. It's very lime. Really pretty. Yeah, he's not super accident prone, but he definitely has his moments. So this one's like a lime. Really pretty. It does not have color shift either. None of these three have a color shift, but they're really pretty. I'd say chocolate is pretty apt. Black cherry is pretty apt. What you got a name for this one? Lime's probably not the best color name. Marissa's really, hey, key lime pie. That works for me. Oh, man. Okay, so it also came with just a little extra goodie. Just a glove, alcohol wipe, a little sponge. Just a little something extra, I guess, that they throw in there. Oh, hey, I found that giant State Fair sample. I love this. Ooh, poison apples. That's a good name for it, too. Yeah, y'all should definitely be naming glitters. I'm not quick-witted enough. Okay, so that is all I have to show y'all for the new stuff. So all of this stuff is new. It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Okay, so does anyone want to hang around and let's mix up some epoxy and do a little Milky Way? Because if you do, I'm totally down with that. I just need to grab a couple more colors. I think I'll do this as a fine, and I'll do like a Poison Ivy. That's a good name too. I'll do this and probably Cupid Shuffle. I think that's the closest. I think Santa's Coat is too dark. And then High Rose again. And Union, I think Back the Blue is probably the matching for that. We don't want the UV ones. Where's my Purity? Ah, it got buried underneath the light. So I'll grab a chunky for this also. So we'll work with those three colors, I think. Actually, I think instead of white, I'm going to do silver. Let me grab a couple. I've got like a gunmetal silver. I've got the 308 and the 308 chunky, but it's holographic. Give me just a minute to dig through my glitters really quickly, and then we'll mix up some epoxy. Luckily, it won't take too long to mix because it's not going to be a big batch. So I'll be right back. I'll miss any comments in the next couple minutes. Crystal, I actually already put them. I figured out how to do that beforehand. Fran's has a $5 coupon and Pop of Glitter has a $2 coupon. Does red and blue and gold go together? I don't know if they do. I feel like I want silver instead. Thin blue line, not back the blue. I think back the blue is holographic. So thin blue line is going to go with Union. And then I think Cupid Shuffle. Okay, yeah, let me see what silvers I have. I'm trying to get my glitters organized, but I'm not there just yet. Aha! I have non-holographic silver. How about that? Okay, Marissa, we are going to do our Milky Way. We're going to do it kind of patriotic. I've got these 2 silvers from before. Burlesque, all 4... I can't add. Oh my gosh. All 6 of those are from Fran's. So let me mix up some epoxy. Give me just a minute and we'll get started. You going to bed? Yeah. So the pink stuff is the glow powder. Hold on, let me activate it really quickly. I'll show you. Good night. I love you. I still have one of the lights on, but you get the gist of it. Crystal, I actually do have a Milky Way video that goes from beginning to end. I messed up. It looked kind of funny there for a while. It's kind of hot in here. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and mix up 20 milliliters of epoxy. Yeah, Crystal, I love Fran's business. Just everything she does with how she does things, it just makes sense to me. I don't get a kickback, just FYI. I don't ever redeem those $5 rewards. Just because I'm not sharing it because of the reward. I'm sharing it because she's awesome. In fact, we only live like 4 hours apart, so one of these days when COVID baloney is over with, I think I'm gonna make the trip. She's only like 30 minutes from my aunt and uncle, so I think I'll make the trip and go take her to lunch someday. I'd love to meet her in person. So I'm just mixing up my 20 now. Just nice and boring. This part gets boring. At least if you're catching the replay, you can fast forward through this part. So I'm working on making my own silicone molds because I really, really, really want to make a double 12 domino set. Let me just say, I am not cut out to make molds, apparently. I've ruined 2 batches of silicone. Luckily, it's like the $20 kits from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or whatever that I got with a coupon. So I've only wasted 20 bucks, but man, I'd rather have the domino mold successful. Marissa, you know, I finally learned how to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And hi, Dree. I don't think I said hi to you earlier. I'm sorry. I finally figured out how to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I learned my lesson. My 8-year-old niece got that whole Facebook for Kids Messenger thing. Kids Messenger, not Facebook. But I love her to death, but when the novelty hadn't worn off yet, she was both of them, the 5-year-old also, were kind of blowing up my phone one night during a live, and it kept freezing out my video. I'm like, gah! I don't know how to stop it. And then I realized I forgot that I had put it where they could bypass any do not disturbs or something like that. I have no idea. Yeah, you should probably not turn your phone on do not disturb. That would probably not be recommended for you. Alright, so we've got it mixed up. Looks kind of yellow just because this is kind of getting to the end of its life, and it's kind of yellowing in the container, but it won't really affect us on what we're doing. Alright. This is going to be kind of awkward for me because of the angle, but that's okay. I am going to tilt this down a little bit and bring this closer so I can actually see what I'm doing. I actually thought ahead and already have it mounted on here. A lot of people ask where this little mini turner came from, and I have yet to find their new listing. I don't know if the company went out of business or what, but they don't have that listing anymore. It's kind of a bummer because it's very compact, but still completely everything I need it to be. Oh man, I just ripped the finger right out my glove. That's like a hobo vinyl glove. Let's not do that. I've found that since I switched to these vinyl gloves versus, these nitrile, I know, I'm smart, SMRT. So ever since I switched to these vinyl gloves from Home Depot, they're so much stronger. I said vinyl again. I've been saying the wrong words a lot lately. It's a little unnerving. But I've found that since I switched to these nitrile gloves, I can actually wipe off the epoxy and then just kind of peel it off and use it again. So I'm actually, even though I paid about 4 times more, it is kind of paying for itself because I've actually used some of these many, many times. So I'm going a little heavier handed because sometimes on those thicker, okay, I'm going to try and do this from a little bit different angle or else it's going to keep trying to focus on my hand. These chunkier mixes, they do better on a little bit thicker, in my opinion, in my experience anyways. I'm not going to go as thick as I would on like an alcohol ink or something, but I definitely feel like having it thicker, the chunky kind of settles in, so to speak. Hopefully my air conditioner isn't too loud to you guys. It doesn't seem too loud in person, but every once in a while when I'm playing back a video to edit, I feel like it's almost whiny. Hopefully it's not loud for y'all. Okay, great, Kathy. Thank you for letting me know that. According to the thermostat, it's 85 degrees in here. It's actually a comfortable 85 degrees. It sounds really, really bad to say 85 degrees, but it was 90 when I walked in. It used to be, before I did the insulation and the drywall. My husband is so good to me. He puts up with my baloney and pretty much does anything I need him to. He is such a little workhorse. I love him so much. We spent a full day finishing out the insulation because, you know, insulation on 2 walls really isn't as effective as insulation on 4 walls. And so we got that taken care of, and then we did the drywall. And I have cabinets, y'all. I'm so stoked. I can't explain to y'all how excited I am to actually have more cabinets. Okay, so I'm going to let this turn for a minute. I'm going to pour some off to the side just in case we need it. So I have this cup that I forgot to toss. It has dried epoxy, but I don't really think that's going to bother us, because I'm just literally setting aside a couple milliliters in case we need it in a bit. But in the meantime, while that's kind of leveling out, let's do a mold. So I ordered a keychain from one of the ladies in one of the groups I'm in. Her daughter does keychains as a little side hustle, and so I ordered one for a coworker for her birthday, and it literally came in the day we were giving her her gift. And everybody assumed that I had made it, and they're like, we need one of these. So, of course, being the person that obliges pretty much anything my coworkers say or ask me for, I ordered it. It's beautiful. I've actually ordered from this company several times. This is Let's Resin. I've got their inks. I've got their translucent epoxy dyes. I've got several of their molds, actually. All right, so get this out of the way for a second. I actually posted the link to that too. Look at me being all efficient and stuff. All right, so I'm gonna put a nice little chunk. This is, I have not measured out yet. That was weird. Is that static? I've seen little, what they call hairs in the fines, but I've never seen it in the, there we go. Yeah, Dree, I feel the same exact way. So I've never seen hairs in the bigger cut before. That doesn't happen very often. Most of the time too, it's not visible under epoxy. I've only seen it visible like once, and it was a fluke. All right. Man, this orange is just so pretty. One of the girls at work, I talk about my coworkers just as much as I do my husband and my kids, probably more. I spend 8.5, 9 hours a day with them, and I've been there 10 years. So they're basically like talking about my sisters. So one of the girls is like, I don't even like orange, and that's my favorite color you've ever gotten. Yeah, I like it a lot. So I do want this to thicken just a little bit. I said I was going to pour that while that was settling, but I think that's a bad idea. So we're going to set it aside and do at least one of our colors here. Wipe this off. FYI, all the color fall off from earlier actually makes a pretty decent mix. Okay, so I have little parchment paper doohickeys. I like to use these because it makes it really easy to slip under it, to scoop it up and dump it back in the jar. Crystal, those stir sticks are called swizzle sticks. I have the link for it somewhere. I'll get that for you in a little while. If you'll comment after the video if you think about it, I'll get that for you. I didn't think about that one. So I'm the most excited about Union. So I'm going to use it first. It's so pretty. I was actually wanting a non-holographic blue, because one of these days I'm going to do a rainbow that's actually exactly what I'm picturing. So on a Milky Way, you just kind of like that. Make sure you've got something underneath so that you can catch your fall off. I'm not an expert at these. Some people can do amazing Milky Ways. Yeah, for some reason, Gianna, I can't get the epoxy to pop out of these. I don't know if it's the type of plastic or what, but I actually did get some shot glasses this weekend that I'm pretty excited about, because then I can just wipe them out with a paper towel. Okay, so there's our first color there. Doesn't have to be straight lines, it's okay. And like I said, on the chunky glitters, I want it to kind of settle in. So we'll have to give a little bit of extra TLC on the fine glitters so that it doesn't get that flattened effect. You know, when you do too much epoxy and not enough glitter. So put that over there. So now I'm going to do thin blue line. It's basically the same thing, just thin. Just a smaller cut. Oh yeah, that's smart. I don't do wooden stir sticks anymore. I just had the hardest time with bubbles, and I'd heard somewhere to use metal or silicone, and ever since I started doing that, it seems to really have been a game changer. Crystal, I have not done a beach or sunset. I have a whole list of techniques that I want to try. So I've knocked out cigar band, fishing lure, and Milky Way. Those are the most recent that I've knocked off of my list lately. I'm going to add a little bit more up here in a little bit. I'll have to add some more. Kind of thicken that up. The first Milky Way I did was purple, yellow, and then that color shift Calypso. Oh yeah, Crystal, I believe that because those tumblers are just, they're so pretty and they're all different. Hope y'all can see that. It looks blurry on my side, but it could be because of all the lights I have on around me. Let's see. Yeah, I love it, Gina. They, the Union is from the last month's subscription box. I didn't show y'all those last month. Somebody recommended or requested in the last live that I did, or the last reveal I did, that it would be nice if I could show the colors themselves. Sorry about that, I had to move that. Which, when possible, I do want to try and do that, because I mean, they look one way in one capacity and then completely different in another. I'm going to try and do that whenever I do the reveals. I heard that this month's subscription box is going to be an all custom blend combo, because the glitter manufacturer that she gets them from sent her a duplicate shipment. Instead of the new stuff, they sent her a duplicate of last month's colors. I've got a wet looking spot right there I got to take care of before I move on to the next color. Kathy, this little guy is from Wicked Shimmer Supply. That whole thing that Etsy did that says spend $35 to get free shipping, I mean, it definitely suckered me into getting more things than I needed. I really like it though. Somebody suggested in another live that we were talking about to use a baby spoon. Genius. I haven't had those in my house in at least 10 years because mine are 16 and 13, so I wouldn't have even thought about that. But it's just a cute little thing, and I think it's intended to like perch on a cup, probably like a tea stirring set or something. So I'm going to go back to the union and fix this bald spot right here. I don't want my lines necessarily to be straight, but I definitely don't want giant gaps in there. And that could have happened from shifting too, with it rolling over like that. Let's actually make this turn the other direction. Are you not going to work for me? There we go. Could be that it's spreading out because it's rolling off the side. So let's do it this way. Yeah, that's all right. You caught one. I haven't gone live in a really long time. Just had a lot. Ew, okay. Genius. Okay, look, I did it. It sits there, out of the way, minding its own business. Whoopsie, to left wing it. You're right, it kind of sticks up there perfectly. All right, so I'm gonna flip this back the other direction. And let's do silver. I think I want red right here. Just, I think it would be prettier because it'll kind of cover some of those spots where it, yeah, that was really smart, Dree. So I think it'll be better having the red right here rather than the silver. Oh, you know what I didn't do, y'all? I totally forgot to dump my other cup. So let me grab my dump jar and clean this off before I waste a whole lot of silver. The disadvantage to organizing and expanding is you can't find anything. That's right. I have no idea where my dump jar is right now, so we're just going to put it right there. Go ahead, tap it off while we're at it. It's a very Dallas Cowboys on that thing. Okay. All right, back to square two. Marissa, I will definitely be actually posting this as soon as I'm done. It takes several minutes for it to actually process and upload. In fact, I'm going to do this silver and then we're going to bounce back over to the letter mold. I think that has had a little time to kind of settle up a bit. Man, that's pretty. I do love me some glitter. So I had a patient today that he has special needs, and to see kids just grow and change over the years. You're welcome, Marissa. If you do end up having any questions, please don't hesitate to comment because I'll be checking on those comments at some point. I don't get all notifications. I don't really know the rhyme or reason to it, but I try and check for things that I haven't seen fairly frequently, at least every couple of weeks. So, and if y'all have any like urgent things, Kristen, me too. Oh my gosh. If y'all have any urgent things, I just hit that with my hand. I'm gonna have to fix it. Y'all can message me on my Facebook business page. I don't mind. I'm probably more likely to see that if it's an urgent question or if you need to send a picture for something. I'd love seeing what y'all have accomplished because everybody's variations turn out slightly different. I whacked that with my big old knuckle. All right, so let's set this aside for just a minute and let's get back to, ooh, I almost knocked that off the counter. Let's get back to our silicone mold with our orange here. Yeah, that's nice and thick. Not too thick. I don't want it so thick that it leaves air bubbles in my mold, but I want it thick enough that the glitter doesn't just sink right in. So the person that said that they loved this color most of all, her birthday happens to be in less than a month. So, and I know she doesn't watch YouTube because she's got an active little guy that just keeps her busy. So we're going to do her initial, and we'll throw that in her birthday bag. So anyways, I had this patient today that he's special needs, and years ago he wouldn't talk to me at all, but today apparently he thought it was the coolest thing that I knew about the YouTube guys that he was talking about. It's all those Minecraft guys. And we were talking about swimming pools or something, and he said something about YouTube. I said, well, I was messing with him. I said, I'm YouTube famous, but I'm not that famous. And he thought that was so funny. Well, then he starts asking me all these other questions. I'm like, dude, I have other things to do with my brain cells than think about that. I have to think about glitter. And of course, I had on glitter shoes. He thought that was hilarious. All right, so this one's out of camera shot. Ah! Oh my gosh, I just popped it right out of the holder. I'm so sorry, y'all. Stay tuned. Oh my gosh. And it's a new one, so I... Oh my gosh. It's like, ah! It's like a wardrobe malfunction. What is happening right now? Okay. Is this what Janet Jackson felt like? I have no idea. Oh my gosh, my heart just stopped because all I could see was my phone like kamikazeing right into this batch of epoxy. All right. All right, it's a good thing I don't ever claim to be perfect because that is quite a farce. Okay, so hers is good. I'm gonna add just a little bit because I actually dumped it a little when I turned it. It helps if I pay a little bit closer attention to that. So just for giggles, let's go ahead and pour the rest in this one. This person also loved this color, and her birthday is the following month. Yeah, Crystal. Oh my gosh. My husband says, I wonder about you sometimes. I wonder about me too. I told him I wanted my next car to be this really amazing holographic pearlescent color that I saw pulling out of the Audi parking lot. And he asked me if I was missing a few screws, and I told him that we had established that many years ago. I know I'm off screen, guys, and I'm so sorry. I'm just pouring this into the S cavity. I'll slide it out in just a second. I'm so sorry. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, there we go. Okay, don't look at my mess off to the side. Like I said, I'm still trying to do that. Crystal, no, you actually do not have to use any specific type of glitter. In fact, in just a second when I'm done pouring the other colors, because I don't want my epoxy to set up so much that I can't get my other colors on. Once I'm done with that, I'll actually show you the other one. It actually had 0 holographic glitters. It had a couple of solids and 1 color shift, but not holographic. Okay, so those are done. I'll slide those over here off to the side. In a little while, I'll actually go back and run a lighter over that so that I can pop the bubbles. I gotta get that little spot right there. I got a little bald spot here. Where'd you go? Right there. I think I'll probably just do the whole bottom with silver. I'm not worried about it right now. I'll do that in a little bit. So now we are going to do burlesque. That's our fine silver. I'm pretty sure I have a holographic silver also, but this is a non-holographic. I personally try and stick non-holographic colors together and holographic colors together, but it really doesn't matter. It's all personal preference. Whatever rocks your boat, do it. And somebody commented in one of the groups one day, what do I do? This is ugly, blah, blah, blah. She didn't like what her customer was asking, and it's like, you don't have to like it. So if you're making something and you're just not feeling it, that's all right. It's going to rock somebody's boat. It's going to make their day. It's going to make them happy. We all have different tastes. That's why there's so many options for everything out there. Cups, clothes, cars, food, makeup, all of it. Don't be shy to try something. So I'm putting this on extra heavy because I have my epoxy on here pretty thick, because I don't want it to, I want it to settle in with the chunky, but in turn, that makes the fine also settle in. It's a give and take. All right, and I've got a little contamination in this one, so I'm not going to dump it back in the container. I've caught myself trying to be stingy and having to pick out colors that fell off or were stuck to the bottom of my paper or something. Having to pick them out, and it's not worth it. I have that other dump jar back there. I'm not just dumping it on the counter. Alright, I'm just flinging off the excess silver. I have it all over the counter now. I had my counter actually pretty clear there for a while. Not so much. Alright. Last two, so we're doing Cupid Shuffle now. This is such a pretty red. I actually have a firefighter's wife cup going with it. It is gorgeous. That is Winter Wonderland right there. It has almost like a pinkish shift. Try not to whack the other cup with it. So that one's just waiting on the water slide, but I gotta get that made. So after this cures, we'll come back out here tomorrow. I don't know if I'll go live on that. I might just record it and upload it. But after it cures, we want to... I'm so sorry, I missed whatever comment just popped up. Let me see if I can get it. No. I don't want to do that. I have no idea what comment I just missed. Something about thicker glitter. I'm so sorry. If you'll comment again, I'll try and catch it. So you'll do a clear coat of spray paint, just regular Rust-Oleum. Sorry, that's really close. I'll put it back there. Over it, and then that helps seal it, and it helps the epoxy keep from repelling from your chunky glitters. It doesn't tend to do it so bad on the fine glitters, but it definitely repels on the thicker, on the chunky pieces. So the mixes that I'm using, these chunky mixes actually have 3, sometimes 4 cuts in them. You can kind of see it right here, I think. See how it's got a couple of different sizes? Those do fill in the gaps. Early on, I tried doing a chunky glitter that didn't have that. Hi, Tammy. I tried using that years ago. In fact, I have one of my very first cups right here as my handy dandy drinking receptacle. Let's see if I can show you. that's the chunky glitters I started off with. And it just, I don't know, it was a good additive on top of something. But this whole 3-color or 3-size mix, I love it. I would have never known that was a thing until I started buying, like, yeah. So Tammy, these are, did you just hop on? The blue chunky is from the subscription box from last month, because I just didn't get a chance to go live. And then, what else? I feel like there's two of them. Oh, the red fine. The blue chunky and the red fine. The blue chunky is Union, and the red is that I'm about to put on. I haven't done it yet. If you're wondering what red fine, it's called Stripes. This is from the sub box from last month. And there was a couple other colors. I showed them earlier. I'll do a recap in a minute for anybody that missed that's still hanging out. I know we've got a few more on that we didn't have earlier. You know what I almost didn't do? Almost didn't dump that back in my jar. My dump jar is going to get full awfully fast if I continue doing that. If y'all have not started a dump jar, you should. You can save so much glitter, and it's amazing how pretty the mixes come out. I started one, and then Fran actually sells one that's her dump jar called Trash Pile. It's obviously going to have a lot more variety than most of us would have because of the variety of glitters that she has going through her stuff. Yeah, it's hard. The sub boxes, she's changed how they're coming. I think she's trying to just get them as the payment clears or something, but I don't think that's going to happen this time. I think she's having a hold off because of the shipment issue. I'm not positive. I haven't been on Facebook very much lately. I know, Catherine. It actually looks faster than it really is. It's about as slow as my regular turner. It's one of those 5 to 6, I think. Yeah, it's a 5 to 6 RPM, which is the exact same motors I have on my regular turner. It definitely feels faster. I think it's because the cup is smaller, and so that side is coming up to meet me a lot faster than it would on a thicker cup. All right, we're almost done. Just got a couple of spots to fill in. And right here, I don't love how that is sitting on top of the blue. I kind of had my aim off. I'm trying to look at my phone and do that. I'm clearly not that talented. I'll end up knocking that spot off too after it cures, and I'll brush off a lot of that. So it's not that big of a deal that it's on there right now. It's not really going to settle in anymore. So let me dump this off, and then we'll do the bottom, and then we're going to be done with this for the night. So the best turner to buy is actually subjective, because what works for me might be too slow or too fast for the next person. So it's really hard to say. This particular turner, I mentioned earlier that I got on Amazon, and they don't have a listing anymore. I also paid $15 for that turner, and I ordered 2 of them. So maybe they had an oops moment and they had to close their doors. I have no idea. You know what we're going to do for the bottom of this cup? We're going to do a mix of all the colors, I think. Why not? We already have half of them right there. Let's throw in some red. That'll be all right. So I'm really glad that I set a little bit of this epoxy aside, because I definitely see a couple of tiny, tiny little dry spots. All right, so look, it's not ideal because it is going to take away some of the glitters, but It's okay. Okay, so now we're going to take this off. Some people do the bottom first. That's all right. So we're just going to dump this on here. All right. So that's our bottom. I don't love it, but that's okay because we're going to cover it up with a lot of the drizzles anyways. But I do want to deal with this right here. Kind of filled in that little space. Luckily, if you end up with any bald spots, you can actually kind of camouflage them with the drizzles that you do later on. All right, so that's it for that one. I just have a couple little touch-ups to do right there. I'm not really worried about trying to preserve and conserve. I'll just pour them all back in that cup, and then when I finally find my dump jar, I'll put them in there. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna fix one more spot with the other blue. Kristen, I can. I did do a Milky Way video. I'm actually about to show that cup. I totally messed up on that one. It was actually kind of comical. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Shocker. And I kind of had a little foobar that I had to fix. So that's what we're working with right now. After this cures, like I said, I will brush that off the top of the blue. And if it doesn't brush off, I'll just put plenty of white right there to kind of camouflage that little ugly spot. But that is that. Let's pat that down just a bit. When the epoxy is on here nice and thin, you really shouldn't have to worry about it turning for too long, because it's not really on here very thick. For a back the blue or whatever, this thin blue line is pretty spot on, and that's actually the fine blue that I just used. All right, y'all. So let me clean up this glitter, and then I will show y'all that other Milky Way that I was just talking about. Let me just get this off of here. It's such a mess. I was so proud of how clean I had this too. I only got one piece of glitter that I know of on that fish and lure tumbler. We'll see how long that lasts, because it still needs final epoxy. Haven't made it that far yet. Okay, so put you over there. Let me grab that cup real quick. I hate how sweaty your hands get after they've been in gloves. So gross. All right, so this is the tumbler, the Milky Way that I did the other day. It's Bora Bora right there, Calypso, where it changes from purple to blue, Purple Rain, no, I'm sorry, Aladdin is the fine purple, you can see it right there, and then I'm pretty sure this is Purple Rain. No, it's Aladdin Chunky. Just kidding. Thank you, Crystal. Shani, it's probably 3, because you'll do the one coat, and if you get it on there nice and thick, you can go ahead and do your drizzles, and then you'll need no, hold on. You'll do one coat, And then you have to do a super fine coat to do your drizzles. Ask me how I know. It looks quite interesting is a good word for it. You can actually see right there, that particular little bump right there. I camouflaged it pretty good. This is what happens when you drizzle tinted epoxy on a dry base. It literally looks like worms, or use your imagination. I lied. That is holographic. That's You Are My Sunshine. Or Sunflower. I don't remember. Anyways, it's on the, I did a video of this. And then these are just little mica drizzles. This one and the purple. I had to kind of camouflage. It's got a little silver in here too. There's kind of no rules on that, besides the fact that you definitely don't want to drizzle on a dry base. That's like one rule that you have to think about. So that's all I have for y'all tonight. Anybody want a recap of the glitters? Did anybody miss that? So this glitter, whoops. This glitter spoon, it's so cute. It came from Wicked Shimmer. I love it. So I will do a recap in just a second. So rules for epoxy. What I will do on this, tomorrow night I'll come out here and I will clear coat it just with this right here. Let that dry, and then I'll put a pretty decent layer of epoxy on here and let it cure. And then probably after work on Thursday, I'll come out here and put a thin layer, and then I'll drizzle. So that might be when I go live. That'll be about probably 9 o'clock Central Time. I'll show y'all kind of where I am as far as like brushing off that stray spot, brushing off those stray spots, and where we look there. I don't have high quality mica powders. I only have a couple of color shifts and a pink. So the white I have it's all right. I'll use it because it still serves the purpose I need it to serve. But if you have access to a nicer, more pigmented, do it. So I'll go through the glitters again really quickly, and then I'm gonna head off to bed. So last month's subscription box had a slight patriotic theme. I've actually got two of the colors, this one and this one. That was Union. It's a really pretty chunky. I may have to turn my light back on. My brightness is messed up. Ugh, okay. I think it's because I have too much light. That's what happens when you're over 40. So ran the subscription box from Fran's. She does a monthly, it's like a surprise box. You don't usually know what's coming. She'll do a sneak peek sometimes. When they're sold out, she'll let you know, but she posts the glitters. Like this is last month's box. So it would have probably become available. When did I get this? It probably becomes available at the beginning of August. This came out a little sooner than usual, so I think it's going to be a little bit longer gap. The other one I used in the cup is this one, Stripes. It's a non-holographic red. Really pretty. If you'll join her group page, she will post the link for signups. And then after signups, she'll post how many boxes are available still, so that you can snatch one up. Purity is really pretty. It has just a slight color shift to it. Not a lot. It actually doesn't really pick up on here very well. And then two more. So Golden Eagle, you can see how holographic that is. If y'all do a tack it method, holographic is really the way to go, because it looks like that. Tack it method. It looks like that regular method. That's on my list of things to do too. I've done a couple of them, but not videos for them. So that's on my list as well. And then Georgia. This is kind of like a yellow and orange and white mixture. It's peachy. So that was the subscription box for last month. And then I got a couple of other random colors. So these are two. Sometimes she has a yellow UV also. And she didn't have it right now, but we're gonna fire this up real quick. Show you all the colors. I'm pretty sure she normally has a yellow also. I actually ordered these several weeks ago, and they've been sitting on my kitchen table. And then I also got silver holographic stars and glow powder. I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet, but it looked intriguing. I have this glow powder from Yaya's. It glows blue, obviously, like the name implies. You know what? It's dark outside now, so let me hit the lights and I'll show y'all. Let me hit them with the UV real quick. Spooky. It's like we should be telling scary stories, right? So this is the white to blue. It actually looks like maybe it only looks white on screen, but it actually is neon blue in person. And then the pink. It's really cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I like having them because, you know, better to have it and not need it than to not need it and have it, right? You're welcome, Ren. If you have any other questions later on, just comment in any of the videos that you watch. I'm happy to help. I know enough to be dangerous, but I do not know everything at all. I just read a lot of stuff, so I pick up on a lot of different things. So this is the last one that I got from Friends. Let me plug that back in. So it's the irregular cut of State Fair. Whoa. Okay. Glue came from... You know what? I have actually not checked out that website. I've heard that name before. I have to check that out. Somehow I just turned on my light again. Let's get you out of the way, away from things. So this is regular State Fair. And this is irregular cut. It's like shards of glass. I gotta show y'all something that I used State Fair on. I'm so proud of it. I finally finished it. This cup. I don't know what that wattage is. Let's see what the box says. I have it right here. It says 150 watt. I think that's kind of overpowered, but it was the same price as the lower ones. Okay, I'm so proud of this. Y'all may have seen that I've posted like part 1 and part 2 of this tutorial. That's cowhide. Those dark spots right there are actually freckles that you can't see until you actually have painted the cowhide down with Mod Podge. And I discovered a few rough spots right here and around the edge. So when I have one more sanding and re-epoxying to do, but this is the holographic vinyl blue or green. Yes, Gianna, this is the cowhide. Finally, it's almost done. I thought it was done, but I got to sand it one more time. The blue and the red, or pink, I mean. I couldn't decide, and they both actually kind of offset better than only one or the other. So I thought that was off of my to-do list, but not quite. Thank you. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm really excited. And then this is another company. popupglitter.com. This orange is so pretty. That's actually what we just used in the mold, the alphabet mold. Here it actually is in epoxy. It's really pretty. And then I also ordered from that shop Popular Poet. It's like a dark champagne. I think that's what we decided was a really good description of it. It's not pewter, it's not really gold, it's too dark to be sand. It's pretty though. And then I got little moons and little stars. So since I found the silver stars here, I rarely ever see anything that's gold as a shape. It's almost always silver holographic. So I snagged those. And then it also came with a couple glitter samples, which is really nice. So Papa Peel, Marissa described as dark cherry, black cherry. And then several of us decided to call this a couple of different things. It's pop culture, but it's key lime or regular lime, or I forget what the other other descriptions. It's been too long now. And then soda pop. It's like a chocolatey brown, like a milk chocolate. Really pretty. And that's it. That's everything I have. Just for giggles, I want to show y'all something else I'm working on. It's a sneak peek of poison apple. Yeah. That's it. I forgot. I'm a little ADD. I don't medicate though. So this is the next thing that I'm working on right now. I'm so excited about this. Hi, Leanne. This is a bunch of cigar wrapper band things. I wanted to do one, and I asked my husband to start saving them for me. So he did. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to ask him. So I went to the local cigar shop that he goes to often enough. Glitter Doctor. Ooh. No, I have not ordered from that one either. Oh, good. I'm glad you're being productive while you're listening, Raven. But I went to the cigar shop, and they gave me this bag packed full. And this is what's still left after I used all of those. I used way too many. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to give that one to my husband. So I didn't feel too guilty about it. We'll see. I think he's been waiting for me to do the American flag tumbler for a little bit. Okay, it's a mess in here, but I'm so excited. I want to show y'all my new shed. So I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to make it really shaky. So I am so excited. I have cabinets aplenty. Ta-da! I'm so excited. That's a picture of my grandma. It's so cute. And then that's something my sister's boyfriend painted her in high school. And then just my storage for my my stuff that I have pre-made, that I'm building up my collection. And then I have all my supplies there, my empty cups and stuff. Man, I'm so excited. This place is coming together. I have new cabinets down here too. I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming because I got this shed 2 years ago. It finally has insulation and walls. It's so ridiculous. But it's got a long ways to go. That's my vision board. My sister is a life coach, and one of her workshops was doing vision boards, and so that's kind of my little motivation thing. That's it. If y'all have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment after I upload the live. It'll take a little while because, oh my gosh, 78 minutes. I am very long-winded apparently. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment. I'll be happy to try and find the answer if I don't know it. Hopefully I can help in some capacity. That's it. Sorry, my big old hand, my sausage hand in the way. I also have one more really cool thing. Up here I have a bear that my grandmother made me when I was a kid. It's hiding, and it's got her scissors in its hands, and I have her bonnet. So she's the one that taught me how to do all my stuff. Crystal, if you're talking to me, the blue that I used in the cup right there is from Fran's. That is thin blue line. And then this is out of the sub box. It may not be available yet. I actually haven't looked at the site. I've been sewing my little tuchus off, making masks galore. So, yeah. So anyways, that's all I have for y'all. It's going to take a while because I am very obviously long-winded, but look at what we accomplished because we got stuff done. That's it. You guys have a great night. Stay safe. Stay safe. It's craziness out there. I mean, it's much healthier to stay inside and make cups and stuff, right? That's what I keep telling myself. So you guys have a good one, and I will talk to y'all next time. I'll probably try and go live Thursday night to do the drizzles on that cup. It really depends on if I can get the base epoxy that I need done tomorrow night, because I do have about 40 masks that I really, really need to be finishing tonight. I mean, soon. So, yeah. Y'all have a good one. See ya.